At 78, Sally Field finally tells the truth about Robin Williams. Sally Field was born Sally Margaret Field on November 6, 1946, in Pasadena, California. She grew up in a family closely connected to the entertainment industry. Her mother, Margaret Field, was an actress, while her stepfather, Jock Mahoney, was also a well-known actor and stuntman. These early influences, along with the vibrant cultural environment of Southern California, helped nurture her artistic sensibilities and provided her with an intimate understanding of the challenges and rewards of a life in show business. Field first rose to prominence in the 1960s with her breakout role in the lighthearted television sitcom Gidget, 1965 to 1966. Despite the show lasting only one season, her portrayal of the spirited, youthful, and relatable teenager made her a household name. She followed this success with another iconic TV role in The Flying Nun, 1967 to 1970, where she played Sister Bertrille, a quirky novice nun whose habit allowed her to literally take flight. Although the premise was whimsical and sometimes limiting, Field's natural charm and comedic timing carried the show and cemented her place as one of television's most endearing stars of the era. As her career developed, however, Field felt the desire to break away from the stereotypical roles that had defined her early years. Determined to be taken seriously as a dramatic actress, she trained extensively, including at the Actors Studio with the legendary Lee Strasberg. Her perseverance paid off when she took on more complex and demanding roles, proving her extraordinary range. Her performance in the television movie Sybil, 1976, in which she played a young woman struggling with dissociative identity disorder, was a breakthrough moment. The role required immense emotional intensity, and Field's raw, fearless performance earned her an Emmy Award and widespread critical acclaim. It established her as a serious actress capable of handling challenging material and forever changed the trajectory of her career. The late 1970s and 1980s marked a golden era for Field, during which she became one of Hollywood's most respected leading ladies. She won her first Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Norma Rae, 1979, where she portrayed a working-class Southern woman who becomes a passionate labor union activist. The film not only showcased her strength as an actress, but also resonated with audiences for its powerful social message. Just a few years later, Field won her second Oscar for Best Actress for her role in Places in the Heart, 1984, a poignant story set during the Great Depression. Her acceptance speech for the award included the now famous line, "You like me right now, you like me," a moment that has since become one of the most memorable in Academy Awards history. Throughout the decades, Field continued to balance her career between film, television, and stage, proving her adaptability and commitment to her craft. She appeared in a wide range of films including Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, Steel Magnolias, 1989, Mrs. Doubtfire, 1993, and Forrest Gump, 1994, each time leaving a lasting impression on audiences with her ability to bring warmth, relatability, and depth to her characters. On television, she continued to shine with roles in series such as Brothers and Sisters, 2006 to 2011, earning her another Emmy Award. She also proved herself on the Broadway stage, starring in productions such as The Glass Menagerie, where critics praised her theatrical presence. Her later career has been equally impressive. In 2012, she received widespread acclaim for her portrayal of Mary Todd Lincoln in Steven Spielberg's Lincoln, a role that earned her an Academy Award nomination. Even in her 70s, she continued to work steadily, demonstrating an unwavering passion for storytelling and acting. Beyond her career achievements, Field has also been admired for her authenticity, honesty, and resilience in her personal life. She has been open about the challenges she has faced, including struggles with self-doubt, the pressures of Hollywood, and complicated personal relationships. In 2018, she released her memoir In Pieces, in which she candidly detailed her life journey, her career highs and lows, and her personal struggles, including difficult family dynamics and her own path toward self-discovery. The book was widely praised for its raw honesty and emotional depth, much like her acting. Sally Field's personal life has often been a subject of public curiosity, not only because of her fame, but also because of the unique paths her relationships and family life have taken alongside her career. Field entered into her first marriage in 1968 when she wed Stephen Craig. At the time, she was still in the early years of her acting career, having gained national attention with her breakthrough role in Gidget and later The Flying Nun. Her marriage to Craig represented a grounding point in her life, offering her a sense of stability while she navigated the fast-paced world of Hollywood. Although their relationship faced struggles that led to their separation in 1973 and eventual divorce in 1975, the years they shared together were profoundly significant for Field because it was during this time that she became a mother for the first time. The couple had 2 sons, both of whom went on to establish themselves in creative fields, reflecting their mother's artistic influence. Their first child, Peter Craig, was born in 1969. Growing up surrounded by storytelling and cinema, Peter eventually became a novelist and screenwriter, contributing to major Hollywood films such as The Town, 12 Strong, and Top Gun: Maverick. Their second son, Eli Craig, born in 1972, also inherited a love for film but leaned toward performance and directing. He later became known for his work as both an actor and filmmaker, directing the cult favorite horror comedy Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. For Field, motherhood was always a defining part of her identity, and she often balanced the demands of Hollywood with her devotion to raising Peter and Eli, making sure her children had as normal an upbringing as possible despite the spotlight. After her marriage to Craig ended, Field's personal life took another turn when she entered into a high-profile relationship with actor Burt Reynolds in 1976. Their romance quickly captured the public's imagination because they were one of Hollywood's most glamorous couples of the late 1970s and early 1980s. Field and Reynolds were not only romantically involved but also professional collaborators, co-starring in 4 films together: Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, its sequel Smokey and the Bandit 2, 1980, the dark comedy The End, 1978, and the action comedy Hooper, 1978. Their on-screen chemistry mirrored their real-life passion, making them one of the most talked-about duos in both cinema and the tabloids. However, like many Hollywood relationships, theirs was complicated. Although they cared deeply for each other, their differing personalities and the pressures of fame created tension. After 4 years together, the couple officially broke up in 1980, though they continued an on-and-off relationship until 1982 when they finally ended things permanently. Reynolds later spoke openly about his enduring love for Field, often calling her the one that got away. In 1984, Field married her second husband, film producer Alan Greisman, marking a new chapter in her life. Together they welcomed a son, Samuel "Sam" Greisman, born in 1987. Unlike his older half-brothers, Sam pursued a path largely outside the Hollywood spotlight, though he has explored writing and directing. Field has often spoken proudly of Sam and has been publicly supportive of him, particularly when he came out as gay. She has since become an advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, reflecting the deep bond she shares with her children. Despite their efforts to build a lasting marriage, Field and Greisman eventually divorced in 1994. Through her marriages, relationships, and role as a mother, Sally Field has consistently shown that her private life has been as rich and complex as the characters she portrayed on screen. Each chapter, from her early years with Stephen Craig to her romance with Burt Reynolds and her marriage to Alan Greisman, shaped her not only as an actress, but also as a woman who experienced love, endured heartbreak, and ultimately found fulfillment in motherhood. At 78 years old, Sally Field has lived an extraordinary life filled with personal triumphs, heartbreaks, and a career that secured her an enduring place in Hollywood history. In recent years, she has reached a point of reflection where she feels more comfortable sharing candid truths about her life and the people who touched it most deeply. One of the most emotional revelations came when she spoke about her relationship with the late Robin Williams, the brilliant actor and comedian whose presence both on and off screen left an unforgettable mark on generations of audiences. Field admitted that her feelings for Williams were complicated. "I really loved him, but it wasn't like a romance. It was more complicated than that," she revealed, opening up about how their lives intersected both professionally and personally. Their paths crossed most memorably on the set of the beloved 1993 film Mrs. Doubtfire, where Field played Miranda Hillard, the ex-wife of Williams' character. For millions of viewers, the chemistry between them felt completely genuine. They argued, joked, and shared moments of tenderness that seemed almost too real to simply be scripted. Field later confessed that the closeness audiences saw on screen reflected a real bond they shared during filming. Still, her memories are mixed with sadness and regret. "I miss him terribly," she admitted. "But I also know that I didn't always say the things I should have said when he was alive." She recalled that working with Williams was like stepping into another world. His mind moved at lightning speed, constantly overflowing with jokes, ideas, and bursts of energy that could leave everyone around him breathless. "Robin was exhausting in the best way," she said. "He would make you laugh until your stomach hurt, and then just when you thought he couldn't surprise you anymore, he would say something so sensitive and tender that it would break your heart." To her, that duality defined him. The clown and the poet, the whirlwind and the quiet soul beneath it all. Yet Field admitted she always sensed an undercurrent of pain in Williams, something she instinctively wanted to protect him from. "I could see the sadness even when he was making everyone laugh," she explained. "He wore it like a shadow that never quite left him." Looking back now, she sometimes wonders if he truly understood how loved he was by the people closest to him. Her reflections are not only filled with grief, but also gratitude. "I'm so lucky that I got to know him the way I did," she said. "He wasn't just a genius. He was a deeply human soul." Now, at this stage in her life, Sally Field says she no longer wants to hold back. By sharing these truths about Robin Williams, she hopes to honor the memory of a friend she deeply admired, while also reminding others about the importance of expressing love and appreciation before it is too late. In her memoir, Field also revealed another deeply personal chapter of her life. During her late teenage years, she struggled with severe depression, a heavy emotional burden that affected nearly every aspect of her life. It was not simply sadness, but an overwhelming feeling of incompleteness and anxiety, accompanied by a relentless urge to discover who she truly was. She described it as this urgency, this anxiety, this need to find something that was festering in me. For Field, these emotions created a constant sense that something important was waiting to emerge inside her, though she had no clear path to follow and no certainty she would ever find it. Those early struggles, however, would eventually become part of the emotional depth that defined her performances and shaped the remarkable life and career she continues to reflect on today.